What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I'm Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we're here to bring you an epic movie review on Tomorrow War. I guess this was the first big blockbuster. I mean, it's a blockbuster.
Yeah.
You know, it's a blockbuster type movie in the world, aliens or whatever. First big one of the summer. We are going to review it, and I guess we'll do a spoiler discussion because
might as well.
Yeah.
Like, how much of this can we really talk about without spoiling?
Yeah.
So.
But before we do that, we got intro. Okay, we have returned for our epic movie review on Tomorrow War. Why you look at me like that?
No, it's just I'm appreciating the mastery of your craft,
Okay.
man. That's all.
Okay, this is on Amazon Prime. This is on Amazon Prime. I don't like. I'm like in the corner. Hold on, let me see if I can. Okay. Trying to get all this new stuff worked out. Anyway, so it's on Amazon Prime. They didn't take it to the movie theaters. Thanks the Lord. So this is on Amazon Prime. It's starring Chris Pratt. I forget the name of his wife in the movie, but she's the lady from The Hunt. I forget her name, but I was trying to think like where I know her from. I know her from The Hunt. Did you watch The Hunt? Go back and watch it. I told you to go back and watch it. That movie actually was way better than I thought it was going to be. So anyway, also, I don't remember the little girl name. What's the black? I don't know nobody. I can't remember nobody's real name.
Yeah, J.K. Richardson.
Okay.
J.K. Simmons. Sam Richardson was the sidekick character.
Okay. Where is he from?
He's done some comedy acting.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's got I know he's got a movie coming up called The Werewolves Within. But I can't I know I've seen him in a couple of things before, but nothing's coming to mind.
Yeah. So he was your typical funny guy in this movie. So we in this movie people come from the past. People come from the future to the past and say, "Hey, we need you to fight in the war 50 years later." No.
Try somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what? 40 years down the line, you might be able to get some volunteers.
Yeah. So let's watch the trailer for this and get an idea what this movie looked like before we finish our review, and then we'll be back with our full review. The trailer before the trailer.
Boy, they say kids never come by unless they need something.
Dad, I need your help.
I'll get my coat.
30 years in the future.
We are fighting a war. Our enemy is not human, and we are losing.
We need you to fight.
I will be back. And I love you, Chickpea.
7 days from now, when you're sent into that war, you won't be fighting for your country. You'll be fighting for the world.
Is it all right?
Yeah, going to war. Stop talking. Listen. Sorry, when I'm nervous, I talk. I'm like a 97 on the nervous scale.
That should be fun.
Welcome to the future. You and your unit are now in 2051.
They're everywhere.
We are food, and they are hungry. Our enemy is smarter, faster, and stronger than you can possibly imagine. Do you want to see something really dangerous?
I feel like literally that's all I've been doing since I got here, but okay.
Within the next few weeks, the human species will disappear from the face of the earth.
Nothing we do here matters.
Well, that's where you're wrong. don't believe that one bit.
Together, we can stop this war from ever happening.
This is my opportunity to give this world a second chance. Second chances are really hard to come by.
Light him up!
How many times in the movie they got to say,
not gonna
light him
hide.
up, bring the rain?
I'm gonna fight.
It's not even loaded.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not loaded. It's a pressurized cabin. Why would I load it in the cabin? The bullet goes in thing and everybody's sucked out.
Strap on your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, 'cause that's all day. That was the trailer for Tomorrow War. Big blockbuster action, alien invasion, war movie.
Yeah. I mean, it hits all the, your old school summer blockbuster, check marks.
Right. What's that? Battle Los Angeles.
Battle Los Angeles, even going all the way back to Independence Day.
There's a few others.
Yeah. Like there's at least one a year, Cowboys versus Aliens.
Yeah, that too.
They got to have one of these movies a year or they feel like they ain't doing nothing.
Yeah. So Chris Pratt is a teacher, but he was in the military. So he was trying to be, I think he was trying to do something like a
he wanted
higher position.
He wanted to be a researcher in a lab.
Something like that. Yeah. Because he had a degree in biology or something, but he did do military. He was in the military for whatever year. Oh, crap. Oh, shoot. Oof. Sorry, that was something else I was working on. He was in the military for whatever many years, and he was trying to move up or whatever, get some high position. But anyway, that was just a subplot. That really didn't mean nothing because after he found out he wasn't going to make it in whatever position he was trying to get, the dudes come back from the past. I mean, from the future to the past. I guess the military.
Just during a soccer game.
Yeah, they watching the soccer game. It was, I don't know if it looked like it was a holiday because he had a lot of people over there.
Yeah, like it looked like it was like some kind of holiday party.
Yeah.
We are losing.
I will say they did make a good choice.
To fight.
Like seriously, like you just gonna pop up like, we need you to die for us. No.
Well, so two things that they did right on that. Not the filmmakers. There's a very short list of things that they did right. But as far as like coming back at that time and place, like the world, that was a World Cup match. It's the single most viewed event on television.
I guess that's why they did that.
That's why they showed up there. Also, they said, "Hey, so we are your kids and grandkids."
They didn't tell them that though,
didn't they?
Well, no, they just figured it. The guy figured it out later. We'll talk about that.
But
they just said, but they noticed that everybody was young.
Yeah,
and they didn't really know.
You're right.
They was like, why is everybody getting so? Okay, it was some things.
You know what it was? I was reading ahead at the time.
Yeah, so they did is explain some stuff that kind of makes sense. So when everybody came back, they was relatively young. You see the girl there; she looked like she about 23 or something.
Yeah.
Everybody that came back was no older than like 25.
Yeah,
and they was wondering, why is everybody so young? Talking to us, then the dude kind of did the figuring himself. Everybody that was going is over 40, and everybody that came back is under 20. Is about 20. And they say because it's 50 years in the future, everybody that they want to take is already dead. Yeah. They don't want nobody to run it to their other self, which makes sense.
It makes sense, but
they
also,
kind of cut that out.
It's such a funny thing because like if you didn't need that, it's like no, we can just send everybody.
Right.
Like, no, we have to take civilians because all of the soldiers would still be alive.
Maybe not.
Well, maybe not. But you know what I'm saying? It's like
they never explained that.
They did say like a almost suspiciously low percentage of the armed forces was eligible.
They never said why though. Did they say why?
They never said why. And at with their projected numbers, how many people they had fighting at the time, most of those people should have been dead.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So they never said why they want why couldn't they just get trained military people because they just took civilians.
Yeah.
So they was like, we need you to fight. And I guess they did like a draft. And people was like, all right, you got to go fight in the future. I don't know if it was their choice. They gave them compensation, though.
Yeah.
They was like, your family automatically going to get like $2 billion or something.
Like, it's crazy. Look, okay, I don't want to get too deep in this, but if you ever needed to believe that money was a false concept, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, so you just got two you got 7-8 figures for anybody that goes forward.
Yeah. But I mean, you got to think some people say, look, well, if I don't make it, my family's going to get.
Like,
right.
I don't think they get paid if they come back.
Which is kind of whack. It's like, hold on, if I make it back from fighting alien, whatever the hell they are, big giant spiders, I want something.
Like, look, I ain't asking for no billions, but like, give me like $500,000.
Man, no, give me the money if I make it back or not. If I make it back, you give me the money. And if I don't make it back, you give my family the money.
I don't remember dude's name, but the black dude that had 3 tours in the future.
Yeah.
Like, he should be rolling in it.
But no, he looked like he was going for the action or something. So let's talk about the characters. So we got Chris Pratt. He's the main character. He's got a family to protect. And then
like, I swear his character came out of a Sam Fisher novel.
Yeah, I know. I give it to Chris Pratt though for playing. He was doing all right as a leading man, as the main protagonist. But so you got comic relief, his friend Charlie, played by what's his name?
Sam Richardson.
Okay, he's the funny guy. Yeah. He's the guy that never shut up. And
because it took me a minute to be able to give it to him, but he plays that guy very well.
You know what? I was kind of enjoying him into a point. He reached a plateau with me where at some point I was like, I know he's a cliche, but he's actually kind of funny. I liked him, and then after a while I was kind of like, okay, man, now you can shut up.
Because he's one of those guys where it's like, I like you. You shouldn't be here.
Right.
Like, not just because you would never be here, but I don't feel safe.
Right. But also, they didn't say the people that they chose, why they chose those. I mean, why those people got drafted. They just picked people, and it's like, why you got people with no combat experience?
None.
And just gave them guns. It's like, hey, go fight.
Yeah, and it's like the first clue you get for is like when he's doing his testing to see if he's eligible.
Yeah,
and like I guess they look him up in the future, and then they find his death certificate.
So they got to make sure he's dead.
Yeah, so like that was when I got like, oh.
But I mean, just if you just need so they just pick people that died by 2051.
So like, they just need physically capable people, not even like notably physically capable people who would be dead by the time they send them forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, okay, all right. So they just it wasn't. They didn't have time, but I know it has to be a lot of people that was dead before then that was good soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just
they had like school teachers. I know one dude was noticeable that I saw look like a Asian dude had a suit on.
Yeah.
And then it was a lady like a librarian.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all got to be kidding me with this, man.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, there had to be at least some cops you could have sent.
Yeah.
Some reservists.
Some kind of combat, reserves, some kind of combat experience.
Yeah.
No, and they didn't even really give him no better weaponry.
Couldn't even give him a week of boot camp.
Yeah. He was like, no. And then dude, so your boy did make me laugh, and he was like, they told me to leave my jacket or something. He said, what the hell? He said, my dude over there got a chef hat on. Yeah. It's like, what the
I love that. It's like, okay, they said what the jacket is cool, but the cargo shorts weren't. Like, my dude over here got a chef hat on. Like, what is the criteria?
Yeah, I know. So we in a loop. We're not in a loop as much as they are. Like, what's going on?
Like, what was when he was talking about the jackets? Like, how is this tactical? Like, I get his camo and everything, but I got this for $30 at a department store.
Yeah. So, all right. So I just like they must just need them for cannon fodder because that's all they was good for, and make it so bad, and not to spoil anything. But when they first jumped in the future, I don't know if something went wrong.
Something went wrong,
and they ended up in the sky.
Yeah. And like,
and
I'm sitting there, I'm watching this, and I'm like, how? First off,
I wish I had that scene, man.
Me too. Like, cause like you see them falling from the sky, and it's like They show you what happened to some of them.
Right. So I'm thinking only the people who survived, only people that landed in that pool. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That was a bit too lucky.
Like
that's the problem I had.
Like some of them landed on the
but
bank.
everybody that he was cool with, that he knew, landed in that pool.
Well, all one of them. He was only cool with Charlie. Everybody
well,
else,
he knew
he knew him, but he wasn't cool with him.
Everybody he interacted with.
Yeah, you're right.
He interacted with every single person that landed in that pool.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Movie magic.
You know
folks,
what I'm saying?
Movie magic.
Because they fell out the sky, and anybody that was lucky enough to fall in some water lived, and everybody else just
they
started.
were like they were like racked up. So like.
So I guess since they was talking, since they all was together, they
luckily
that little spot landed in the pool.
So I love like he clearly wasn't going to make it into the pool.
And what did he do? Just
like he just somehow like
sailed his way to the pool.
Like he was going to
in the sky. He just figured out what was going on.
Because like
let me do that dive to get
like,
to the pool.
I might have even been willing to give him that. He was on his way to shatter his spine on the goddamn tiles by the pool, and then somehow the whole scene just moves over.
Yeah, the pool moved.
Yeah,
the pool said, "Oh wait, this is the main story." Shifted over.
Like, when you watch it happen, I'm like, he wasn't gonna land in that pool.
And then didn't Charlie, the black dude, wasn't he almost falling and he did something to save him or something?
Yeah,
I forget what happened.
I think someone landed on him and knocked him deeper into the pool.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so now they got a small platoon left out of all these soldiers got left because they jumped them in the wrong place. I was like, I know the command was young, but they some idiots. You lost your whole platoon. You lost your whole battalion,
like
in one mistake.
That's
not to mention this is a dumb idea anyway.
Right. But like this is even worse than friendly fire, right? Like this is the pilot crashed the plane. Like that's what this is. Like the pilot messed up and crashed the plane. Only 20 of y'all is left. I guess this is what we got. Oh, by the way, we're dropping you into a losing situation.
Yeah. We dropping you in a danger zone where we need you to get the secret weapon that we have.
Like even when he's like, "Hey, we got a lot of dead bodies here. Are you sure there's anyone alive?" Oh, only the research team. What? Everybody with a gun is dead?
Yeah, what they call it, KIA. Yeah, we got a lot of KIAs.
You know, it's like
you better add yourself to that list.
When you told us you were sitting there, you knew everybody was dead.
Yeah.
And you still sent us.
Okay, that's what we do.
Hey. You're on mission. Finish the job.
Right. So so we got a nice little. That should have been the middle act. Okay.
Yeah.
That should have been Act 2, right?
Yeah.
And then we had an Act 3, and it should have been over.
Yeah.
Hour and a half. But this movie was actually not a bad little sci-fi action movie. It was nice and tight. We got everything we need to know.
Yeah.
We got the moments for the family moments. The dad did this and did that, and then it should have been over. The credits should have been rolling. And what happened after that?
One last stand.
They was like, "Did y'all like that? Y'all thought that was a good, nice little tight movie? Y'all ready to go home? Well, hold on. Before y'all go, we got another hour of some cliche bull crap for y'all."
Like, all they had to do was say, okay, it didn't work out the way we wanted it to, but now we've got time. That could have been the end of the movie.
Yeah, I would have been cool with I would have been cool with a part 2.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, okay, so they was in the future. So now in the future. They trying to win the war in the future, right?
Yeah.
And you know how these movies go. You get down to one last firefight, and you got to save the last person or whatever.
All I can think of is light them up.
Light them up. Like we don't hear that in movies out there. These movies, they always say that. Light them up. Bring the rain.
Rain fire.
Bring it down. Oh,
so it's always one of those lines.
Yeah, either bring the rain or light them up.
Yeah.
Like we supposed to get excited. Like, oh, they about to get them. It's like, man, shut up, man. Anyway, crap. Anyway, I gotta line that up. I gotta light them up better. But anyway, yeah. So the movie should have been over, man, and then they decided to let me give you a whole nother hour, and we're gonna briefly talk about that whole other hour, where it's this is where all the cliches started. We need to go on a covert mission that the rest of the people fighting with us don't know about because they don't agree with us, and actually, stop the invasion or whatever, because we the only people to know this. The government don't know, or they didn't believe us. So we're going to go on this covert mission to stop them.
And every time they do that, it's always, we got to go talk to somebody that no one else would be listening to because they shouldn't. And get some information that no one else would believe because they shouldn't. And go do some stuff that no one will let us do because
I had a problem with that. You know why? Because what they needed to do wasn't going to take no resources, no money. All they needed was
transportation. That's all they needed.
So the dude like, hold on. So they had the cliche government official talk. We can't let you do that. We can't let you waste resources.
Yeah.
All they needed was a plane ride.
That's all they needed. Like, they weren't asking for no men. They weren't asking for no equipment.
Right.
They just, look, if you can give us a ride.
Right.
And not even to do nothing, to prove that there's something there.
Yeah, I know. We can't do that. Why not? Because
I can't waste resources sending government assets into hostile territory.
We don't want no government hostile. It's nothing there.
Like, look, you can charter us a jet. Like,
they could have just took a commercial flight and went there themselves.
Yeah.
They didn't have to get no kind of permission.
No. That whole act was just like, why?
It was a cliche of what they supposed to have did.
Like, even all the beats are cliches.
I mean, at the time, everything they tried to do that was new and fresh at the first half, they threw all that out the window for all cliches and the same tropes and same gimmicky stuff they've been doing in movies like this.
The coward character had his tough guy moment.
Right.
Yeah.
He's telling jokes all the way to the end. He had his tough guy moment. We had the tough guy had his sacrifice moment. Yep. So we did that. We had the protagonist had to face the main threat, mano a mano. Yep. We had that.
Oh, let's not forget the elite squad died fighting.
Yeah, we had that. Everything you could think of. But the most unforgivable thing about this movie is the way they decided to end this. They end this mug with a fist fight. And I don't care if you say, you spoiled it. I don't give a damn. You got an alien ripping things' heads off. And they end this with a fist fight.
Like, this thing is like going through plate glass and ripping apart armor plating. But Chris Pratt can end it with a fist fight. Remember Chris
Bring the ring.
Hey, look, nah, you know what? All that moment was fine. Hand to hand.
No, back to back. Man, they threw everything they could at you. Man, when it was like, I can't see, back to back.
When I saw that, when they did that, I immediately
and then it was like, come on, alien, mano a mano, you and I. Let's go. And we're like, yeah. And then they just charging at each other. Are you kidding me? And the CGI got worse. It was clearly nothing there. Chris Pratt punching the air, and they put a CGI alien right there, and he's fist fighting this damn thing. Are you kidding me?
It was so laughable. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, no one asked y'all to do this. Y'all decided to do this. All right? Like, you could have just gone ahead, ended it with someone hitting the button on a detonator switch.
I would have took that. I thought that, and I'm not spoiling it because he didn't do this. I thought he was gonna take a grenade, put it in the damn thing mouth, and then say his one liner and blow his head off. No, he fist fought the damn thing, mano a mano, and said, you know what? Forget the spoilers. And he said, die.
I still can't get him. Because that's not even. It's not cool and it's not natural. So what was the point of putting that in the movie? Die.
I don't Prime, Amazon Prime. You screwed. Okay, you've been screwing people, man. You screwed Michael B. Jordan, and this make it so bad because I say Chris Pratt actually did a good job.
Yeah.
The first third of the movie, it was a good tight movie. It just ended there. And I would have said, hey, Chris Pratt did a good job as a leading man.
Yeah.
He wasn't joking. He was serious the whole time. He wasn't Star-Lord.
Because he was glib, but he wasn't jokey.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't, because in, what's that dinosaur movie?
Jurassic World.
He was just Star-Lord with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So he wasn't Star-Lord. And kudos to Chris Pratt. He made a character. Star-Lord is a character. But you can't bring that character to other movies if you want to be a action star. Yeah. That's only one franchise. So he wasn't Star-Lord. He was straight. He played it straight, and he didn't do a bad job. But they failed him.
Yeah. I never thought I would say that. But and you know what? And that's the thing is he is one of those guys. He's got a decent head for improv. He's got a decent head for drama. If the material's there, he'll give you what you need. The material was not there.
As I said, they failed him.
Man, this movie. The one saving grace of that third act, the only thing that worked.
What?
Was, and it was a cliche.
Nothing worked for me.
And it
What?
was a
Please
cliche,
tell me.
but it's one I'm personally kind of fond of. When they get the toxin into the queen, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, we got it. I don't need this motherfucker.
Right. They did some stupid stuff, and I ain't gonna spoil everything, but they did something where they could have just left shit alone.
Yeah.
Or they just made things worse.
Y'all.
So I was like, maybe the government official was right.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just left it alone.
I was sitting there, I'm like, hey, but you know what? They got, was it 30, 40 years before this
Right.
thing?
30 years to figure it out.
Y'all know what you need to make. Y'all can stockpile this stuff when the stuff jump off. You ready for them?
No. Let's go now. Well, no, we
look,
we don't even know if it really worked.
You know the exact date and location when they first make landfall.
Yeah, but that's just try now.
Then you go through the trouble of learning, well, how did they get here? Okay, so we know exactly how they're going to hit. Let's go now.
Yeah, no. Man, I'm going to tell you like this, man. I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to give my rating. I enjoyed a third of this movie. Hour and a half of this movie. And they even made it look like the movie was over. So if you want to, or you'll know what scene I'm talking about. If you want to, you could turn it off there and then just enjoy that.
Yeah.
But if you feeling gutsy, if you feeling antsy, keep watching. Keep watching. And I guarantee you're going to be pissed off. One, that you're going to lose an hour of your life that you can't get back.
Tell me about it.
Two, that they going to give you the same cliche crap with the dumbest, wackest, worst ending I seen in years. Almost like a parody ending that I seen in years. And that dropped that shit to a whack. I was ready to give it a nice high, all right. If they would end, I'm like, oh, it ain't bad. I'm like, well, why is it an hour left though?
That's what I was saying. I didn't check the runtime before I started watching it, so I got to that part, and I'm like,
you probably
so that's
dropped
probably
down
about
to that progress bar. Like,
I'm sitting
is
there
that
like,
broke? Because this is over.
I started getting dressed. I started getting something. I probably ain't got but 10 minutes.
No, you got an hour.
An hour?
An hour left of all the cliches that we left out. There you go. So I'm gonna give this movie a straight up whack. Good. It did some good things. It did some good things, and I was actually enjoying what they was trying to do. And the whole going to the future, past, that was actually a nice little concept.
It was even a different take on the time travel thing.
Right. I mean, they left some holes in that, but it still was okay.
Yeah.
The effects wasn't bad, and they kept it to a minimum with the aliens early on in the movie, where it was like they didn't have that many until like close to that. Well, I thought it was the third act, but I guess that was the second act. Yeah. But before that, they didn't have that many. You just kind of you didn't see them for real, you know, which I like.
I love the implementation on that before like they start swarming on mass.
Yeah.
Like, there may not be anything there. They
Right.
could be tricking you, but there might be something right there.
Right.
Like I love that. you
Yeah,
know?
so they kept that to a minimum. That the action was kind of toned down. It was cool, and they just they was like, "Give me that gun!" Whoa, shoot! Bah, oh, my foot! Like they just shot themselves in the foot. It's over, man. For that, I give it a whack, man. What you give it?
You know, like I was sure I was going to give this a high, all right, maybe even an adult at first. As the meme says, they had us in the first half. I'm not going to lie. That movie takes such a sharp dip at that 1 hour, like 25-minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
I almost gave this a hot garbage because I was insulted. Like it doesn't deserve a hot garbage. I'm gonna be honest. With you.
Right.
It does not deserve a hot garbage. But just off of the insult, the gall, you know, the audacity, I almost gave it a hot garbage. But this is a whack movie. Like if you just happen to be on Prime, you ain't got nothing better to do for an hour and a half. Watch that much of this movie,
right,
and then stop.
Right. If you stop at that hour and a half mark, you're gonna enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
But if you keep going, you're gonna exhale and wondering, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
This was over. Why are you doing this? And then when you see that ending, when you see how they ended it, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be mad because of the potential of what they didn't do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or and not only what they didn't do, but it's almost like somebody lying to you to your face. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like somebody think you so stupid that they can tell you a blatant lie and you're just gonna buy it and walk away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't hit you. Yeah, so we're good, right?
What?
I didn't do that.
What?
No.
I got you on camera. I got the
proof.
proof.
Just like that, something like that. Where somebody you just blatantly lied to me. You did it in my face.
Tell me a lie that makes
Such
some
an
sense at least.
So anyway, it was whack because of that. The first hour and a half is actually enjoyable. So watch that first hour and a half. We're going to be out of here. Thanks for checking out the video. We're done. We don't need to do a spoiler discussion. We pretty much kind of spoiled it. We didn't all the way. Yeah. You'll thank us.
There's some stuff in there for you if you still gonna watch it.
Yes. So we're gonna be out of here. So please subscribe to the channel. Help us get up to 1,000 subs. We are on our way.
Yes, sir. And while you're here, don't be shy. Go ahead, drop a thumbs up on there. Hit that like button if you enjoyed what you've seen here today. And drop a comment down below if you've seen the movie and you got thoughts you want to share with us.
Yes, we are out of here, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.